Fuck! I just bit the piss out of my lip. I recently got asked the question, Tristan, what's the worst thing you've ever done? I'm not gonna tell you, but I can tell you one of the worst things I've done was I stole a special needs kid's lunch number. It's one of the worster things I've done. And I blame Michelle Obama. Because if we go back in time a little bit, we rewind the clock, Michelle Obama got her big, burly, masculine ass up in office, and she was like, hey, you notice how kids are fat as fuck these days? And then everyone was like, not really, no. She's like, well, let's change that. And so she ruined school lunches, so we went from getting pizza and french fries, you know, actually being, like, treated like human beings to, like, fucking parcels of food like we're in, being starved like Ethiopian orphans or goddamn Jews in Auschwitz. You know, and some of us didn't have good home lives and didn't have that much food to go back to. We're already stuck in this institution for 8 goddamn hours a day. And they're like, hey, here's 2 breadsticks and a Dixie cup of marinara sauce, and we only filled up, like, a fucking fraction of the Dixie cup with marinara sauce. Here, try to focus for the rest of the day. You know, I'm practically starving. I've been in a calorie deficit for about a good 3 months now in school, and finally I had enough. I had enough. The victim of this story just unfortunately got the misfortune of being in front of me in the line. I didn't realize at the time, but he was a special needs student. He was one of the more advanced ones where, like, you can kind of tell there was something wrong, but they kind of let him have free reign, you know? They let him kind of merge with the general populace of the school. You know, he didn't have to, like, walk in, like, one of those, like, lines where they had the leash on him. But you can tell, like, he's not necessarily one of us, but he was one of the more advanced ones. I finally got in my head, I was like, I'm gonna steal somebody's lunch number. And then he just happened to be my victim. So I steal his lunch number, I see him typing it in, he's like, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. I was like, alright, I got it. Wrote it down. And the next day, I made sure to get there before him, and then I would type in his lunch number, and then I would go through another line, and then I'd type in my lunch number, so I'd get 2 lunches, and this went on for a while. I'd feel bad, too, because he'd be getting in trouble, because he would actually be like, no, wait, please! I haven't had lunch in, like, 4 weeks! They're like, that's it, that's enough, go to the office, everybody gets 1 lunch, and he was genuinely, like, pleading his case. No, wait! This is, like, the 3rd month! Eventually they just kind of settled with giving him a free lunch because he was special. I never gave his lunch number back. I kept doing it for a 1.5 years too, so I felt bad, but you know what I didn't feel was hungry. So I did what I had to survive. You can make me feel bad, like, oh, Tristan, you're going to hell. You're a bad person. Yeah, bitch, I know. Don't get it mistaken, you know, I'm objectively a bad person. I don't lie when I say that. But, you know, at least I admit it, and I've taken the first steps of admitting it. There's some assholes, you assholes watching this think you're a good person when really you just don't hold yourself accountable. So yeah, at least I take steps of holding myself accountable. Some of you are like, no, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. It's like, no, you're not, you fucking prick. So don't judge me. I was the only person that the special needs kids weren't allowed to be around because, like, you know, every now and then the special needs teacher would be like, all right, get out of my hair, and she would just set them loose on everybody, and we'd be trying to eat lunch, and then I got this just giant flailing doofus just, hey, who wants to see how many chicken nuggets I can shove up my butt? And I'm trying to eat, and he's just like fucking eating boogers and just being gross, and obviously, you know, I don't blame him for being special needs because, like, they don't know how to, like, properly, like, keep up with their hygiene, so they're gross. They got, like, pit stains, and, you know, they're eating boogers and just, like, sweating and, like, spitting and slobbering all over you. They would just be aggravating the piss out of me. So I would take my fingers, like Cesar Romero, the dog whisperer, and I'd just jug them, like, right in the neck or right in the ribs or something. I'd be like, ski it! Ski it! Ski it! And I would just jug the shit out of them, and it'd work. You know, it'd work. Like, I don't want to hit them. You know, I'm not a fucking animal. You know, I'm not gonna hit them. I'm not some monster. But, you know, it was painful enough for them to get it. They were like, ow, ow! And this is where I went too far, because then I'd get mad. I'm like, where's the tard guard? Where's the tard guard? Can someone get the tard guard? That's what I called the special needs teacher. I was an asshole back then. She's like, you don't have to call me the tard guard. And I'm like, then wrangle them. And in all seriousness, too, like, special needs people scare me. Not like, oh, look, he's a freak. No, because, like, they're actually capable of so much damage. Have you ever seen two retarded people fight? Like, genuinely fight? Because I have. And it's one of, like, the most frightening things you will ever see in your life. Have you ever heard of the term retard strength? It's real. It's a real thing. Because they don't have that thing in their brain, that limiter to tell them, hey, stop, don't lift that up. That's too heavy. They're just like, you broke my crown! And then they lift up a Honda Civic and throw it at somebody. Like one time, one teacher was like, hey, Tristan, go bring these documents to the special needs class. And I was like, hell yeah, that's gonna be funny. And so I go in there, and these two kids, I swear to you on everything, these two special needs students, they had a desk in each hand. A desk in each fucking hand. Both of them. That's 4 desks. And they're hitting each other. The only thing I can compare it to is, like, you know, in the zoo, have you ever seen, like, gorillas go at it in an enclosure and they're just like not even blocking or dodging. They're just hitting each other in the face, and just whichever gorilla backs down. That's what, I swear to fucking God, that's what it was like. And I was frozen in fear. Everyone was like huddled against the walls as these two behemoths were like, just fucking. And then the teacher looks at me. She's like huddled in fear. She's like, call security! Because she like couldn't reach like the little intercom thing to like be like, hey, get some fucking security up in this bitch. And I was scared to myself. So what did you do, Tristan? I just kind of threw the documents and I just ran away because I was like, I don't know what happened next. I just ran off. I was like, it was so fucking scary. Like, you'd think I'd want to stick around and watch it. No, I didn't. I actually was like, it triggered my fight or flight and I flew. Like, there's a guy, actually, I think he was my age that I went to school with, and I think a lot of you who watched my videos who went to school with me, you know exactly who I'm talking about. T-Birds. Like, he was full-fledged, you know, he was down with the cause, if you get what I'm saying. Down syndrome. He got arrested, like, a while ago for beating the shit out of his parents. The only reason they even called the cops is because they couldn't stop him. His father and his mother, their combined efforts couldn't stop their child. They had no choice but to call the cops because he was just an unstoppable force of just too many chromosomes. And from what I heard, it took multiple police officers too, so I'm just fucking saying. They can be a threat. Like, it was so sad, but it was fucking... yeah, it was real sad. It's fucked up, but it's like... I heard the expression that special needs people are just God's little tests, and I fail them every single time, because, man... They just say the darndest things. Just like, I like playing with my flesh flute until the white water comes out. Mom won't let me play with the chocolate snakes in the toilet. But I'm just supposed to just sit there and eat my dinner and not laugh. Ooh, zooey mama. Fucking pussy. Alright, I'm okay, now I'm actually I'm getting out of here.